Tonight on News 5 Live, a shocking turn of events in the sugar industry, where BSI and the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association are once again at loggerheads over the signing of a commercial agreement. The first murder of the new year is recorded in southern Belize, where a Belizean American was gunned down in Bella Vista. A man is viciously chopped in Kaka and left for dead, and remembering Bishop Larry Nicassio. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
earn V-Bucks, and get a chance to win a $10,000 homecation with Benny's. Quality and savings.
Belize's location is responsible for the amazing biodiversity that we find here, including quite a few endemic species that are found nowhere else in the world.
In fact, 60% of our country still remains forested. It's part of our history, it's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture.
Business has to be a long-term thing, and it has to feed into the environment. We truly believe that without a strong country, you can never have a strong company.
This is going to be a good night for croc catchers.
How can a precision-engineered and sustainably made tire change your world? A tire that gives you strength and safety when you need it most.
What we learn on the track, we innovate
for the road, bringing next-level quality and reliability to every drive. At GT, we believe our tires can deeply improve the driving experience for each and every one of us, whatever our goals. Enjoy driving. GT Tire.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, January 8th. I am Sabrina Daly. There are new developments to report on tonight regarding an agreement that is yet to be signed between the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association and BSI. On Thursday, we reported that after a lengthy stalemate, both parties had finally arrived at a mutually agreeable decision in respect of a new commercial agreement. A day later, attorneys for BSI and BSCFA were set to hammer out the language of the new contract before it was signed and cane would be delivered by members of the association. It was a breakthrough that was celebrated late on Thursday evening, one that was also short-lived. Tonight, after going through the weekend attempting to amicably resolve specific concerns regarding the proposed agreement, all parties are back where they began over a week ago. Earlier today, sections of the Philip Golson Highway traversing Orange Walk District were once again blocked by disgruntled cane farmers. News 5's Hippolyto Novello has been covering these developments since the start of the weekend and joins us live from Orange Walk with the latest on the sugar crisis. Hippolyto, good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. We're here again, as we thought we wouldn't be, in fact. How are you doing over there?
It's going great for me, Sabrina. Now, let me repeat what you mentioned. So last week, there was a breakthrough. The cane farmers rejoiced, hoping that they would get their agreement and that the official document would have been signed. Now, the latest, we thought that they would have done so by Friday.
Yes.
But that wasn't the case, nor was it on Saturday. Now, from what the leadership of the BACFA has explained to its members and to us at News 5, is that they are saying that they received the official document with certain language that they did not agree to. Now, this particular language deals with, I think it was number 3 of the proposals, that deals with Drew O'Brien from the Ministry of Agriculture doing a total investigation into whether or not cane farmers should pay for the terminal and port costs and those 2 particular fees. The BACFA is saying that when they receive back the document, language was changed to something they did not agree to. At first, Mr. Kemel of the BACFA explained to their members, saying he alleges or he reports to them that BSI had mentioned to them that it was a mistake and they would clarify and rectify the matter. So cane farmers, again, they delayed the signing of the agreement, thinking that it would be signed by Saturday.
Yes.
That was not done. Late into the night, that was not done either. And I think the vice chairman, Fred Ortega, had explained to their members that there were no new developments, just new deadlines. And from what we saw, those deadlines have been extended up to tonight, Sabrina.
One of my first questions that I want to ask you, Hippolyto, is I think we all want to know, what is the atmosphere where you are currently located? I believe I speak for many of us when I say that we all expected this issue to have been over with. We, as we mentioned, celebrated on Thursday night the final closing and agreement of this commercial agreement. But now we're back at square one, trying to come to an official agreement between BSCFA and BSI. What's the atmosphere like currently as it relates to the farmers on the ground?
Yeah, so where I am right now as a Yo Creek, one of the Ministry of Agriculture offices here is Yo Creek Village. Now, for the most part of the day, cane farmers were in front of Sturdy on the Philip Golson Highway. Now, throughout the day, they've been getting updates. And in fact, they were given the ministers and particularly the Prime Minister an ultimatum that by 2 o'clock, if they don't resolve this matter, they don't get a response from him as the Prime Minister, as the mediator in this matter, that they would then be demanding that the mill temporarily pause operations, right? 2 o'clock came, there was no response. The director of the BACFA and the leadership of the BACFA explained to the farmers, let's push it back to 3 o'clock to give the negotiators, the lawyers, to ensure what they do correctly. At that time, the farmers, they were getting very agitated, saying that they've been patient since last week.
Yes.
And they thought that this agreement would have been signed from last week. And now they think that they're being pushed around, the deadline's been extended, and they're not being taken seriously. Then from 3 o'clock, they were told that it will be 4:30. This is when most of the cane farmers then blocked that portion of the highway in front of Sturdy. So that's the scene there that happened earlier this afternoon in front of Sturdy. Group of cane farmers blocking the road, saying that they're tired, they will not be removed from the highway, saying that they'll take it all the way if they have to, but they want an agreement signed. And you heard some of the cane farmers, including women, saying that their livelihood is dependent on this industry, saying that if they don't do the agreement soon, they'll have to do what they have to do, Sabrina.
You know what I think is important for us to share is that you have not only been covering the developments of this issue from last week, but even through the course of the weekend. Talk to us about some of the things that you were able to uncover both on the ground and following the developments of this issue over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, sure. And before I do that, I must mention that BSI issued out a statement earlier today saying that no new points were introduced in the agreement. So they're basically saying that the BSCFA is not informing the public correctly when it comes to that particular issue. And they also said that they have only that to say, no other comments. Now, on Saturday, we were here.
Get to that.
Yeah, on Saturday, I was at Saturday for the entire day because we thought that because of the agreement not being signed by late Friday night, that there would have been an increase of industrial action on Saturday. That didn't happen. The deadlines and the timelines were pushed back further. And then it was decided by the members that they would come together today, Monday, at Saturday at 9 o'clock, which is what happened this morning.
Yeah. Perhaps we could use this opportunity to share with our viewers just some of the reactions that you were able to capture from farmers on the ground. You were able to get 2 interviews, I believe, from persons talking about their frustration, waiting, as you mentioned, on this agreement to be finalized.
Yeah, that's right. So the portion of the highway in front of the city that was blocked temporarily, some of the cane farmers then moved further closer to the Orange Rock district. This is the junction at Sunrise. So a group of farmers blocked that portion of the highway. They're saying this is not under orders of the VSCFA, no instructions were given to them. They decided on their own to block that portion of the highway. And we spoke to one of the cane farmers. He says he's been doing this for decades,
Yes.
and he's frustrated. And let's hear what he has to say. Sir, how long have you been a cane farmer for?
20 years already.
20 years. You depend on it.
Yeah.
Why is it that you decide to assist in blocking this portion of the highway?
Because we have been people, like all them people, we don't get trouble. They deliver home, we don't deliver nothing. Like farmers, we don't deliver nothing. They eat and we don't eat.
He said he's a member of BCFA.
He's a member of BCFA. I don't know if he's a member of
BCFA. He said, I asked him, he said he's a member of BCFA.
I don't know. I don't see him on BCFA.
How long, or do you have any more patience? How long would you wait for to have this agreement signed?
We have till government, till BSI say we don't sign up the documents, or else we are move fire, or else we don't move fire.
What do you think about the negotiations? I think a lot of people thought that the agreement would have been signed by Thursday last week.
Yeah, but see, they tell me Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today and Monday. I don't sign nothing yet. They take it like Papi Show, like Lee Boy. See, and what happened? People don't get bets already. People don't bets already.
Who do you want to hear your message?
To the BSI, to the government, the BSI. Make them sign up the paper and we can start work. We have to work, we have to deliver again.
How long you think you could be out here?
Till tomorrow, today, tomorrow, tonight, every day.
Okay.
Till they sign up the paper.
Why this particular junction here?
This is the junction. Nobody can. They go back there. That door close already too. We have to do a move. Make the people know. And the people, they have to support you right here too. See?
You're frustrated?
Yes, man, yes. I want to eat. I don't eat for morning. I eat bread. Only bread I eat today. Nothing more. And with water, bread with water.
And pan crema?
Yeah, con pan crema. Nada más. ¿Qué está pasando? ¿Y qué está pasando? ¿Quién lo está culpando? ¿Quién lo está haciendo? Que el cañón se moleste. ¿Qué tiene el procedimiento de que firme esa cosa? El gobierno. Si él no firma con BSI, nosotros no firmamos, ¿qué pasa?
The Prime Minister said that this negotiation is between two private entities, right? So it's not like they could tell BSI or tell BSFA what to sign.
The government has to tell BSI, he has signed that he got the power. No, he got the power. Make it sign up and make it start this game.
You think that they're listening to the cane farmers?
I don't know, because if they may listen, then we have signed up long time. If they may listen, they may have signed up long time. From day before, when this start, they may have signed up and start deliver. That don't sign up, that don't arrange already. Up to right, nothing. They take like Papi Show. They tell me 9 o'clock. They tell me 2 o'clock. They tell me nothing will happen. And we don't make it already.
4:30 don't come. They tell you 4:30, right?
They tell me 4:30. Nothing happens 4:30. They will tell me tomorrow again. So what happen? They tell me like Nick Boy. With a big man, we do all already. I got 48 years already. All. See? Family want to eat too. Like they want to eat. Oh yeah, I want to eat too. Nothing happen. Don't get us already. And that is a junction right now where we parked it. Right there, junction.
Wow, that was just a comment from one of the caneros currently on the ground there, Hipólito. There's a couple things that I want to take from that interview. One of the things that certainly stood out to me was obviously the fact that this person said he has not eaten all day. But this person mentioned that the Prime Minister has the power. My question to you is this, Hipólito, do you believe that these caneros and caneras on the ground believe that the current administration is not doing as much as it possibly can do to resolve this issue?
So the cane farmers, as you noted, that was a very emotive interview. You hear that the discontent in his voice, and he's not the only one. You have women out here and elderly people saying that they are tired of this. Now, they are depending on the government. They are, especially from the People's United Party's Northern Caucus, because the representatives in the People's United Party Northern Caucus sent out a press release. They were here. Ramiro Ramirez was here earlier today saying that they continue to support the cane farmers. So the farmers here believe that the government should help them more, that they say they are not helping that much. So I do believe by the sentiments on the ground, from the conversation I've been hearing the entire day and throughout this time in covering this issue, the cane farmers believe that the government should help them as much as they require. Sabrina.
Yes. Let's talk about some of the locations that are currently blocked. We note that last week, one of the primary locations was the Surrey compound, but we've seen that expand, so to speak. Let's talk about some of the blocked areas.
Yeah, so earlier today, it was the Surrey, in front of the Surrey building and the Coastal Highway. That portion was blocked and unblocked and blocked again temporarily by the cane farmers. Then, as I mentioned, another group of cane farmers then moved towards the Orange district, and they blocked a portion of the highway that's situated at the junction of San Luis village. When I asked them why there, they said that this is strategic because it blocked other portions that the vehicles then could divert to other roads to get through. They're allowing private vehicles, buses, passenger buses, and of course ambulance to pass through. What they didn't then allow to pass through was cane trucks, and we see the footage of 3 cane trucks being parked on the side of the highway. One of the farmers who was driving the cane truck told me that he's a member of the BACFA. And you heard previously in this interview from one of the farmers saying that he doesn't know if that is true or not.
Yes.
But it was 2 locations there. They say they want to block other locations along the George Price Highway, as well as protest or demonstrate in front of the BSI compound, Sabrina.
Pointing out that there's also BSCFA with cane trucks currently parked out there. Does that mean that BSCFA farmers were still attempting to deliver their cane, knowing that there is an open agreement there?
Yeah, so that's a key and important issue, because it was on last week that some of members of the BACFA were delivering cane to the mill.
Right.
And on Saturday, when I spoke to Alfredo Ortega, he is the vice chairman of the Committee of Management of BACFA, I asked him if these farmers, BACFA farmers, who are delivering cane to the mill, will they be penalized? Will they be punished or reprimanded in any sort of way? He mentioned the answer will come after this impasse is over. He will answer the question until they send an agreement and see this way forward. But who's to say what will happen to those farmers, if anything?
Yeah,
Sabrina?
I can imagine. What I think is also important for us to touch on is that with the extension of this frustration from the Caneros on the ground, tensions are expected to rise. What is the police presence looking like out there right now? As you know, we had heavy police presence there last week, and still with that, they were able to maintain peace. Do you still see many police officers out there?
In front of the Surrey building, there were heavy police presence. We have Dr. Richard Rosado there as well, and one of the one of the commanders here in Orange Rock, Mr. Gualberto, as well. Chester Williams, the Commissioner of Police, he attended, I think, spoke to BACFA leadership earlier today.
Okay.
That was for the portion of that highway. Now, the portion where the other group of cane farmers blocked in San Luis, there was absolutely no police presence there at that particular time that I was there, because it was an impromptu block that members of the BACFA had decided to do. When I was there for a couple of minutes, for about a bit over half an hour, there were no police presence. Okay. Here in Euro Creek, we have police officers along with MIT officers. That's because government ministers are behind me at that building conducting meeting. We saw also some directors of the BACFA going through because they're meeting. Now, the BACFA asked their members to come to Euro Creek, here where I am, to meet here as negotiations continue. Some members decided to stay at Surrey to block that portion, while others continue to stay in front of the San Luis Junction to block that portion. We basically don't see a lot of cane farmers here in front of the Euro Creek station now.
And they're still there. I want to touch really quickly on this commercial agreement and the contract in particular. We are here at this point because obviously the BSCFA is saying that there were some change in language as it relates to the contract of the commercial agreement. Let's touch a bit on the importance of language when it comes to these agreements or contracts in general.
Yeah, so this particular sticking point has to do with Proposal 3, I believe. The investigation that Hugh O'Brien of the Ministry of Agriculture should conduct whether or not it is justifiable for the cane farmers to pay 2 particular fees, the terminal cost and the throughput fees. According to the BACFA leadership, meetings last week, they agreed to certain conditions and certain terms. That is, will be a total investigation, and Hugh O'Brien will have the total authority to investigate what needs to be investigated. When that document was sent to BSI, according to the BACFA, and they was received by the association, there were changes to the language of that particular proposal, which
Did they say
BACFA
what
didn't.
language?
They were saying that, according to the BACFA, they were saying that BSI was limiting the scope of investigation.
Okay.
They were limiting what authority Hugh O'Brien would have in this investigation, in which areas would be investigated in terms of the fees. And they said they did not agree to that, and it took their lawyers to use Alfredo Ortega's word, clean up that document and return it back to the BSI, which was done. Now, they waited a long time now to get back that document from BSI. And according to the BACFA, they're saying that BSI returned it and they were still not happy with it.
Yes.
So the final proposal and the final update that we had is that BSI had rejected the amendments that the BACFA made to that document according to Ortega, to the meeting they had last week. So, and the negotiations then were that they call on the Prime Minister to do something about it, or they will demand that the factory closing at 2 o'clock today.
Yes.
Nothing happened as such. The factory keeps running. I believe other cane trucks are delivering their cane. And that's where we are right now. The BACFA is saying that if they don't rectify this matter, then they go back to step one of the entire process.
And that's exactly where it seems like we're headed. You were able to also get another interview with a Canero on the ground. Let's use that opportunity to air that now.
The government plus ESI, ESR is weak. We are not happy with that because ESI, ESR is a bully. They think they're strong because they are foreigners, They should not come here and do whatever they want to do in this country because this country is ours. We are nations. And we should be heading what belongs to Belize and not them. They are only come here for a profit. And we know that they are just taking our money offshore, and we are still staying here in poverty, and that is not good because they are the ones who have the upper hand right now, but we will see later on.
So how will stopping these 3 trucks help you guys to achieve what you said before?
Well, this is just a message we are sending. This is just a message. Nothing else. A message so that the government and ESI, ESR can do something about this.
Right, that was another interview from a Canero on the ground speaking about their current protest that is taking place. What I really want to touch on specifically, though, Hipólito, was a comment that was said about the government should be the one heading what belongs to Belize. Now, I think that this speaks to ASR being obviously the leader or the company that runs the current Belize sugar industries. Talk to me about exactly that comment. Are you hearing that more from Caneros on the ground saying that Belize should be the one running the Belize sugar industries?
Yeah, so before I get to that, I'll just repeat again that BSI has mentioned that they inputted no new points in that commercial agreement, and basically saying that BSCFA is malinforming the public. No, yes. So that original comment was made by PUP Minister Henry Charles Usher when he was on the PUP's Mouthpiece Talk Show, the whip, and he said that basically it will come a time we'll have to take back the factory. Not everyone who heard that interpreted as the government thinking or considering or even had a discussion of small talk about nationalization of the BSI factory. We had asked the Minister of Agriculture, Abby Mai, about that last week. He says he doesn't particularly support that decision to go there. We asked the BSCFA Director, Alonso, about that last week too. He says to nationalize the factory. Now, nationalization of a factory owned by a foreign company comes with the repercussions because it affects foreign direct investments.
Right.
And you scare off foreign investors, and that would have an impact on the GDP growth.
Yeah, that'll have several other impacts indeed. Well, as we wrap up this current live coverage where you are right now, Polo, what exactly are the final steps that we will be expecting in these last couple hours closing off today?
Yeah, so what's happening now is that the leadership of the BSCFA is meeting with government representatives. We see other ministers a few minutes ago roll in. More ministers, especially Area Reps from the North, are in this particular meeting. we expect that cane farmers would not let down their guard, and I'm sure that they say they want to protest in front of BSI. So that, for now, that's the latest, Sabrina.
Alrighty, well, we'll be waiting for any other updates that come along. We want to say thank you, as always, for being out there on the field and providing us with timely updates as they come along. Thank you, Polo.
Thank you.
Alrighty, in other sugar news, a decision was handed down by the High Court on Friday in a matter where a claim was brought by the Corzal Sugarcane Producers Association against former Vice President Everaldo Uc and 9 other members who had been expelled from the CSPCA. Justice Genevieve Chabot, in her determination, has found that the association breached the bylaws that were established in 2015 when the CSPCA was incorporated by electing members of the board of directors through zone elections. While Justice Chabot acknowledges that the matter involving Uc's expulsion is before another court, she has determined that the defendants as a group have the required standing to challenge the elections of the board of directors. News 5's Hipólito Novello also spoke with Uc about the latest developments within the Corzal Sugarcane Producers Association, as well as a judgment that requires the CSPCA to proceed with an election within 3 months of the court's decision.
The decision to go to the court was after a long-standing argument. We had requested the de facto, because I call them de facto directors. We had sent them petitions signed by cane farmers, which they declared that were signatures, false signatures. I believe that you can remember that to the interviews that you got before in 2020, I believe. And we sent them letters. We sent them emails requesting them for a negotiation, how we can negotiate on the table. But after seeing that the issues was taking along, and all our letters that we sent were unheeded. We did not receive no responses from them. So at the end, I was expelled, and my followers, that were 34 other cane farmers, were also expelled from the association. So we saw that it was impossible for us to make them change their mind. Then we decided to make a challenge at the Supreme Court of Belize. That is where we are finally now.
That decision was handed down recently?
Yeah, the decision that I received yesterday at around midday was the decision, a challenge that we took against what the association put against us. No, they set up an injunction to us. Because if you remember, if you can recall, we called a general meeting in which a new board of directors were elected, but the association never recognized that new board officially. So what they did, they put us an injunction to the courts. So we decided to answer that injunction, and then we applied for a counterclaim, an ancillary claim, because we knew that the bylaws that they were using in 2019 were not legal bylaws. These bylaws were changed, in fact, in 2019 illegally, without a quorum, after the walkout that we did at around 3:30 that day in that meeting. So we set up an adjournment, and the rest of the members that stayed, they approved a new set of bylaws, where they gave the powers to the surveillance committee to expel any member who goes against the directors. And I was the first one that I was expelled.
All right, coming up, the first murder of 2024 is a Belizean American starting family business. We'll have more details when we come back.
Design Depot's $25,000 home makeover 2024. It could be your home getting a complete transformation. Increase your chances of winning with every purchase made from now until January 31st, 2024. All while enjoying awesome deals happening store-wide. A complete transformation awaits you. Reimagined and redesigned using products from our top-of-the-line brands including Kohler, GE, Oran Windows and Doors, Sherwin-Williams Paint, and tiles from around the world. Don't just dream it, win it. Visit Design Depot today and enter to win the $25,000 Home Makeover 2024. Design Depot, all in one place.
Belize's location is responsible for the amazing biodiversity that we find here, including quite a few endemic species that are found nowhere else in the world.
In fact, 60% of our country still remains forested. It's part of our history, it's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture.
Business has to be a long-term thing, and it has to feed into the environment. We truly believe that without a strong country, you can never have a strong company.
This is going to be a good night for croc catchers.
Remember when these people said the sky was falling? They called for the removal of the police minister and the commissioner of police. They said Belize was out of control. What are they saying now? The figures show that under this government, the murder rate is the lowest it has been in 19 years. The highest murder rates occurred under the UDP from 2008 to 2020. The facts don't lie. We will continue the work to fight crime because even one murder is one too many. We are serious about citizen security and safety. This is governance for the people. This is your government at work.
In a year that redefined possibilities, Digi, our national telecom, has been at the forefront of change, connecting the unconnected and transforming lives across this wonderful nation. From the heart of our bustling towns to the far reaches of our rural landscapes, Digi has bridged the gap, providing connectivity that empowers communities and fuels progress. Our commitment to accessibility has paved the way for a more inclusive digital future, making technology a tool for all. Our commitment to growth and development has transformed the nation, unlocking doors to progress as we power businesses, empower individuals, and elevate communities. We're not just connecting people, we're building the foundation for a brighter future. The impact has been significant as we drive growth and development across the nation. Together, we've woven a tapestry of progress, laying the foundation for a connected, booming future. None of this would be possible without the trust, support, and confidence of our loyal customers, and the dedication of our incredible team, whose passion and expertise have been the driving force behind every achievement. As we step into the new year, we're inspired to continue our journey of innovation and excellence, carrying the momentum of our achievement and the promise of more to come. Digi, our national telecom, remains committed to delivering high-quality products and services that build not just connection, but a stronger, more resilient nation. Here's to a new year filled with endless possibilities, innovation, and progress. Thank you for being a part of our journey. Digi, our national telecom, wishes all Belizeans a happy and prosperous 2024. Together, let's build a future that's connected, inclusive, inclusive, and thriving.
The first murder of 2024 is that of Belizean American 34-year-old Kristen Logan, a resident of the United States. Logan left Belize in 2017 for his home country and has been living and working there since then. He was reportedly working 2 jobs in order to help his family back home with a recreational business that he had planned to open for his birthday in July, when he would have visited Belize again. Part of that plan has been dashed by his murder early Sunday morning. But his sisters told News 5 that they will continue with his dream to complete the construction of the restaurant and bar and to open it as planned and to name it after his 1-month-old daughter. Marian Ali reports.
34-year-old Kristen Logan was scheduled to depart Belize on Tuesday to return to Oakland, California, to his 1-month baby daughter and to his 2 jobs. The American-born was only in Belize on a brief business trip to Independence Village, where his family resides. Instead, they are planning his funeral for this coming weekend. His 2 sisters, Classique Linares and Cindy Logan, said they accompanied him to the nightclub in Bella Vista on Saturday night. Neither of them was there when he was gunned down.
It's supposed to be come from Christmas, but something came up, so he come like the 3rd, and his visits that to build a restaurant. So he come 2 days, he work on the restaurant, and on Saturday he says, "Sis, well, I know you're at work, you don't have time for we, so we are catch up tonight." So Saturday night. So we gone out with him and everything. I had my time with him, and like 10:30, I tell her, "Well, brother, I know you usually stay out late, so I going home."
We reach here, come here, we come have a little fun time, me and my brother. Okay. And like must be 1:45, so we go home. I make sure my brother reach home, reach by top step. Okay. Well, young man was stayed at my sister's house, open the door. My brother said, "I'm not ready for go inside yet, sis." I was sit down right here, supper, they say top step. Then 3 friends come. And next thing my brother say, he said, "Sis, I go right the back there." So he said, "I go get a couple drinks," he said, and then by one of the neighbor around the corner. He said, "I just go get some drinks," and I walk right back. He said, "No, go home, you sit down right here and you wait for me." Well, I sit down and I wait for my brother. And I look half an hour after, one of my brother come, one of my sister man come. He said, "Cindy, you check for your brother." I tell her, "Which brother?" Because we have 4 brother. So he said, "Kristen," he said, "Miguel just called me." He said, "How?" Then shut up Kristen, and Kristen dead the heartbeat. I tell her, "How my brother dead the heartbeat?" And I just bring him from there.
The siblings learned that their brother had returned to the establishment to pick up someone and accidentally stumbled into another man upon his exit. That was what led to his deadly encounter.
Everybody they come outside, we get to understand that my brother buck pan the boy brother by mistake. You know, everybody they rush out at one way in and one way out, if you could see. One door for go in and one door for come out. So he buck pan the brother's shoulder by mistake. When he reach out here, so well accused, he shot in his foot first. When my brother drop, he get over and he finish shot up. When he done shot up and now, jump in a vehicle gone. The next brother come. When he done jump in a his vehicle, the next brother come and next brother. Yeah, the same one way buck pan come and punch up my brother in his face and kick her. When he done dead pa the ground, they saw miss.
Cindy Logan says her brother was not a troublemaker.
Everybody buck pa one another when they come out of our club. You don't need for haul a gun for that. They so and you don't shot the man in the foot, man. Left for the no man. Where you get over, you mean kill this man. My brother, that was a humble person, miss. He an American. He come home 1 week for try finish the business way me what do. He building that a Mango Creek. My brother no got no problem with nobody. Anybody from Mango Creek, you ask about Christian Logan. All our humble and respectable young man.
When did he go and live in the U.S.?
For 2017, he gone. Miss, and he do very good. That man work with Tesla.
The sisters didn't appreciate the fact that police had someone outside of the family identify their brother before taking him off to the morgue.
So she jumped by phone, she called the police station. The police tell her, yes, so an incident like that happened just a while ago. So she tell her, he say, all right, my brother dead, what happened? He said, yes, your brother dead. So she asked them, Classic asked them, if they could please wait, because 15 minutes from Mango Creek to here, miss. And we come in our vehicle. We done the power, we wait, please wait for make one we could identify her. When we reach up here now, miss, somebody don't identify we brother, whether no family member. Don't get him wallet, take out social card, do whatsoever he want with that. Police allow that. One of the safe friend will bring her, hand we the wallet. Well, no hand me, hand Classic the wallet.
Now, as the family prepares to lay Logan to rest, they are also sad for his first child, a baby girl born only a month ago.
That man first daughter, his daughter 1 month. That poor baby, they saw her grow up without wafa. And because of them people there and their simpleness, that a man first child.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
Two brothers were arraigned in the Independence Magistrates Court this afternoon for the murder of Kristen Logan. The pair, captured here on this amateur video recording being escorted by police, was charged jointly for the murder that occurred shortly before 3 on Sunday morning. Cornelio and Ernesto Martinez appeared unrepresented before the lower court and were read a charge of murder before they were whisked off to the Belize Central Prison on remand. Sadly, as the pair was being driven off to prison, someone's camera captured one of the brothers' sons waving to his father. The pair is scheduled to appear once again in the Independence Magistrates Court on March 27th. The incident for which they are charged, according to police, happened just as the deceased Kristen Logan was exiting the nightclub. His family says that he had accidentally brushed against one of the brothers while leaving the establishment, and the police told the media that a dispute erupted between the Martinez brothers and Logan. Assistant Commissioner of Police Alberto Romero said that the gun was retrieved from Cornelio Martinez, a broker by occupation.
Investigation revealed that Kristen Logan was at the bar where he had a dispute with two other male persons. When the bar closed, they all came outside and they again had a verbal dispute. At some point, one of the persons pulled out a firearm and shot Kristen Logan. Thereafter, he was joined by another male person who kicked the person who had been shot. Thereafter, more shots were fired, causing the fatal injuries to Kristen Logan. An investigation was carried out, and two persons, namely Cornelio Martinez and Ernesto Martinez, have jointly been charged with the crime of murder. One 9mm pistol was recovered from Cornelio Martinez, as he is a license holder of a 9mm pistol. Information is that they know each other.
Both parties were arraigned at ISF Magistrates Court and were remanded until Wednesday, March 27, 2024. A man was left in critical condition after he was viciously attacked and almost chopped to death in Kaka village. On Sunday night, January 7th, police found 37-year-old Tito Rosado on the side of the street, bleeding out from several chop wounds. We spoke with Assistant Commissioner of Police Alberto Romero for more information.
On Sunday, the 7th day of January 2023, police responded to a chopping incident at Kaka village. Upon the arrival, they saw one Tito Rosado, 37 years, with chop wounds. He was taken to the Kaka Polyclinic and thereafter taken to the KHMH for treatment. He is now listed in a stable condition at the KHMH. Investigation into this matter continues, and we await that he recovers fully so that he can be interviewed.
Romero stated that as of now, the police are without a motive or suspect, but are canvassing the area for potential witnesses. 23-year-old Rupert Codd attempted a dash for freedom after being arraigned earlier today in the magistrate's court for the sexual assault of a woman. At 2:30 this afternoon, Codd was escorted to courtroom number 5, where he was read a single charge of sexual assault upon a 41-year-old woman. It is alleged that he groped the woman on Sunday morning while she was walking in the vicinity of the taxi stand near Sandcast Plaza. According to the victim, she was dragged off the sidewalk, taken behind a green zinc house, and sexually assaulted. Prosecutor Alifa Ellerington objected to bail being granted to the accused on grounds that he is indebted to the court for over $3,000 for a previous matter that also involved the alleged rape of another woman in the area of the overpass near Pelote High School. Upon being denied bail, Codd attempted to flee from custody, but reportedly ran into a swarm of police officers at the front of the court building on Coney Drive. He put up a fight, but was defeated and returned to the holding cell. It is expected that he will subsequently be charged for attempting to escape from lawful custody. After the break, a memorial service for Bishop Larry at Holy Redeemer Cathedral. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
UDP is presently unfit for the mission. The current party leader wanted the title simply to revive and promote his foreign hip-hop enterprise.
I've been smoking trees in Belize when they found me. On my way back to New York for them to crown me.
He simply does not care about our beloved UDP. The chairman is all talk and no action, doing absolutely nothing to organize the constituencies, restore the party's image, or improve its viability. So, the disgraced defeated Belmopan candidate has literally taken control of the party, unconstitutionally installing himself and his other defeated colleagues as regional leaders. With this arrangement, the UDP will never recover from the cancer of corruption that invaded our party and caused its devastating defeat in 2020.
And these are the same UDPs who want your votes for municipal elections. Not now, not ever again for this UDP set.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Belize's location is responsible for the amazing biodiversity that we find here, including quite a few endemic species that are found nowhere else in the world.
In fact, 60% of our country still remains forested. It's part of our history, it's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture.
Business has to be a long-term thing, and it has to feed into the environment. We truly believe that without a strong country, you can never have a strong company.
This is going to be a good night for croc catchers.
My name is Denise Mala. I had an aunt, one of my mom's sister, that we believe died from cancer. She was relatively young. And my sister passed from cervical cancer. I have been doing annual checkups. Recently, after one of the annual checkups, I noticed, a change in one of my breasts. I went for the next checkup earlier and I brought it to the attention of my treating doctor. He looked at it and he said he didn't like what he was seeing. A biopsy was requested and then the biopsy came back positive. When you first find out these things, you think about a lot of things and then eventually it comes around to the finance. I recalled this insurance, critical illness insurance that I had that I was paying. And that was probably the first time I read that contract. I read it in its entirety. And then I recognized that, this is going to assist me. I called the office, spoke with my agent. He was very helpful, guided me through what I needed to do. So I went through the process and I communicated with him a couple of times and he just informed me what was happening. In a pretty short period of time, I was paid my insurance. This plan that I had been paying for many years, in my time of need, that came through for me. Having that insurance helped me significantly. It is absolutely something that everyone should consider because you never know when you're going to need it.
These will offer you coping mechanisms when dealing with violent situations.
That is a very simple phone number that you can store in case of any emergencies.
Violence exists in the form of corrective rape.
Welcome Marines as the totally new HD member.
We realize that success in agriculture isn't just about land and access to finance. We realize that we have members who have issues of domestic abuse, who have issues of child sexual abuse in their families. We've noted that the barriers and the obstacles are quite different for women and girls than for men. And this is why we decided to take a holistic approach.
Violence against women and girls is an issue for me because I think it is used as measures of control and it is a reinforcement of negative power dynamics. All people, especially women who have been experiencing discrimination and injustice for quite some time, deserve to be afforded physical, emotional, financial, and mental stability and safety.
There are a lot of persons who don't understand the dynamics, of violence against women and girls. And so there's always need for advocacy and education to keep the awareness.
Economic empowerment, that's what we've been focused on day one. We've focused on creating opportunities, economic opportunities for women to establish themselves as independent business owners. On top of that, we've also created and ensured that we create male allies in their families, whether it's their husbands, their partners, and so forth, to understand the rights of women and to also understand and upskill themselves as supportive partners of these women and girls.
We need to educate young men and women within our society today, engage them in a one-on-one interaction, educating them about the different types of domestic violence that we have within our society, and teaching them how ending violence against women and girls can help within our future generation in preserving the future for women.
I believe it's important for persons to be aware of the positive enforcement and policy shifts in that of legislation, because this is what brings about change. This is what brings about the change in people's mindsets, and knowing that there are legislation, there are enactments of bills that advances the rights of women and girls.
Everyone has a part to play. If we see or hear something, we shall say or do something.
We have to stand up and make the changes ourselves to set the example for everyone else.
I will continue to play my part by advocating to end violence against women and girls.
We all need to make sure that we help to fight to eliminate violence against women and girls in our society.
What grows together, goes together. Let's stand in solidarity to fight violence against women and girls.
Everyone
has a part to play.
Everyone has a part to play
in ending violence against women and girls.
The late Roman Catholic Bishop Lawrence Nicassio will officially be laid to rest at Our Lady of Guadalupe Co-Cathedral in Belmopan on Tuesday, and will be interred adjacent to the tomb of Bishop O.P. Martin. Leading up to his funeral, several memorial services have been held by the Catholic Diocese in remembrance of Bishop Larry. Earlier today, a Mass was held at Holy Redeemer Cathedral. Here are the sights and sounds of that service.
Most Reverend Lawrence Sidney Nicassio was born on September 5, 1956, and came from a Garifuna family. He attended St. Augustine High School in his own hometown of Dangriga and graduated from Belize Teachers College in Belize City. Father Lawrence, or before Mr. Lawrence, Nicassio then taught at various schools and was appointed director of Catholic schools in the Toledo district. On the 16th of June 1989, he was ordained to the priesthood. He was the vicar in Belmopan for 13 years, from 1991 to 2004, and pastor in Orange Walk, and then pastor of 2 suburban churches in Belize City. St. Ignatius from 2005 to 2008, and St. John Vianney 2008 to 2013.
He has touched so many lives. I was one of the last 2 priests that he ordained before he passed away. And so many stories that I have about him, forgetting to close his chicken coop when he told me to take care of his chickens. But one of the memories that really touched me, and this is coming towards the end of his life, I was invited by him to come to St. Louis and to take care of him for his surgeries. And I remember the night I got into St. Louis, it was almost towards the middle of the night. I spent so many time trying to find him in this big Mercy hospital. But I found him, and he was waiting for me. He was just coming out from the anesthesia, and when I entered the room, he was just about getting back, and after he was able to be conscious, he said, "Emmanuel, is that you?" I said, "Bishop, it's me. I'm here to take care of you." And then he went to sleep, and I sat on the couch. You know, hospital rooms are very cold. Like it was kind of dim, the room was dim, and all of a sudden, later that night, I felt a ball of something fell over me, and I got scared. I was like, what's happening to Bishop? But Bishop had removed one of his blankets that he was covered with, and he had made a ball with it, and he threw it over to me and said, "Emmanuel, I don't want you to be cold the night." And this was Bishop Larry Nicassio. This was his life. his willingness to give himself for others.
Last Thursday, you heard Chief Engineer in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing, Evondale Moody, speak about the intensive repair and restorative work that the public building, which houses the High Court and the Magistrates Court, have undergone. The building had been deteriorating rapidly and suffered major damage to Hurricane Lisa. While the ministry spent almost $3 million for that project, Chief Engineer Evondale Moody told News 5 that the building right across the street that faces the historic Battlefield Park is also in dire need of attention.
The one besides it, where I think that's the Supreme Court, I think that also needs some uplift, definitely, because from what I've discussed with the Chief Justice and the Registrar General, that needs some significant work. And if it is not addressed as soon as possible, then it will cost more down the road. But I don't think that we should wait until we have a hurricane or a natural disaster for us to react. We are aware that that building needs addressing, but those initiatives has to come from that ministry, because we're just the implementing agency. Basically, we're assisting another ministry to fulfill those works, but that has to come from the Attorney General's ministry and also from Ministry of Finance to initiate those works.
Late December 2023 saw tensions rise in Concepcion Village after the Elections and Boundaries Department announced the cancellation of the nominations and by-election required to fill an open position on the Concepcion Village Council. The member position became vacant when Rosalva Mo resigned in early November to bid for chairperson. Having lost that endeavor, Mo then attempted to return to her former position, resulting in the cancellation of the election procedure. The UDP condemned this action and resolved to challenge it in court if the standard protocol was not followed. As a result, the nomination was held on January 7th, where UDP candidate Carol Ricardo Garcia won in an uncontested vote after the PUP failed to nominate a representative. The results were announced earlier this afternoon on the Government of Belize's official Facebook page. After the break, a Christmas bird count.
Life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank contactless MasterCard debit card. Introducing our standard debit and MasterCard Platinum debit cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
Purchasing illegal lotteries is an unnecessary risk that is not worth it. Even if you have a winning number, you run the risk of not collecting your prize. You also risk being arrested without a warrant, imprisoned for up to 2 years, and fined up to $20,000. When buying your bolito or jackpot, ensure you buy from an official source. Official sub-agents should have official tickets that feature the Belize Government Lotteries Limited logo, all information about your purchase, a QR code, and more information about the Belize Government Lotteries Limited on the back of the ticket. If your ticket is written with pen on paper, it's an illegal lottery ticket. If your ticket does not have the official logo or a QR code on it, it's an illegal lottery ticket. Buy smart, buy with confidence, and buy official lotteries only.
Where you going, bruh? Now, who they stress you out again, Namule?
Boy, I don't want to believe I'm the fool again.
Again?
But I mess up this time for real, for real. You really want to know?
Yes. I want here.
Can't make it a big deal.
We
Sean,
know attack.
I know how you going now.
Come on.
You really want to know?
Ah, yeah?
Take my plan and I give her. I take my plan and put it in a name.
In a name? Wait, so tell me something. You still pay for this plan?
Yeah. But hear this. This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize. This plan, I can't left this plan, yeah. This plan, I can't left this plan. Postpaid plan. This plan, I can't left this plan. With Smart Belize, get unlimited data. Smart choice plan can light up your day. Postpaid with eSIM, make everything better. Just visit Smart showrooms today. Boom! I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan. Can't left this plan. I can't left this plan. Affordable for everyone. I can't left this plan. The postpaid plan, cause the data really strong.
You know why? Listen, for the best post and prepaid. You know that Smart got you back.
My bad. Wrong commercial. She could left me for another man. The truth, once I have my plan, once I have my Smart Plus plan, I no worry cause the data strong. I know when you bleed, cause that's all I need. And you could tell me where you are, but I know I left this plan. Smart have the best services. We post a plan of everything, so you could talk and text unlimited. Come set up your group, we got share plan 1 and 2. Up to 10 friends can connect anywhere. Boom! I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan. The postpaid plan, cause the data really strong. Don't dig it down, 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 don't dig it. Smart, bringing people together.
Belize's location is responsible for the amazing biodiversity that we find here, including quite a few endemic species that are found nowhere else in the world.
In fact, 60% of our country still remains forested. It's part of our history, it's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture.
Business has to be a long-term thing, and it has to feed into the environment. We truly believe that without a strong country, you can never have a strong company.
This is going to be a good night for croc catchers.
Apply now for an undergraduate degree in animation, film or journalism at the Caribbean School of Media and Communication at the University of the West Indies, Mona. For more information, visit www.mona.uwi.edu/apply.
Former UDP leader and Prime Minister Dean Barrow confessed he knew there was corruption by ministers serving in his cabinet, and he also accepted some responsibility.
I also have to accept responsibility for the one never with the thief and the one with the misbehave and so on.
The former Prime Minister said he might not have had hard evidence that would meet legal standards, but he did have word-of-mouth proof of corruption by those ministers.
I didn't have proof to a legal standard. I had proof in the sense that people used to come to me, why the minister, so on, so I said, why you caution there and you try to warn there and say someone end up in jail, but people would have wanted more. People say, you must have known where to go. Why never fire the whole court?
Presumably, some of those same former ministers are currently seeking high positions in our party and positioning themselves to run for office once again.
And these are the same UDPs who want your votes for municipal elections. Not now, not ever again for this UDP set.
Christmas bird count serves to monitor avian populations. This community-driven event, conducted by the Belize Audubon Society, has been held annually in Belize for over 40 years. Organized by the Belize Audubon Society, the primary objective of the activity remains the careful observation and counting of birds within designated areas. These efforts yield essential data on population dynamics and distribution, forming the backbone of avian conservation initiatives. Scientists analyze trends over time, shedding light on the impact of climate change, habitat loss, and human activities on bird species. Collecting the data informs about routes for birds, as well as bird health and land use changes.
We're here celebrating Audubon's 124th Christmas bird count. In Belize, the Belize Audubon Society is the coordinator for 3 circles, and today we're here, Edgar and I, participating for Group B, and we're currently on the Salt Creek Road. So the Salt Creek Road is a mixed forested area of broadleaf and some savanna and oak areas, also some like wetland areas. So we get different species of birds, and so far we've seen our resident birds like the tropical kingbird, the social flycatcher, the great kiskadee, and we've had interesting sightings like the Yucatan jay, which is coming up in this area. We also had a lot of migrant species, a lot of warblers, and interestingly, we saw the northern cardinal, which was a really cool highlight for this morning.
This year, I'm a bit excited to do this area here. It's my first time, and I got quite a few lifers for this round trip here. My lifers were the Yucatan jay, northern cardinal, and the rufous-browed peppershrike. Main reason why I like birding is because I enjoy nature and the nature walk, experiencing the view, the paradise that surrounds us.
So Belize City Circle is a circle that is 7.5 miles in radius and 15 miles in diameter, and that's how big the circle is. So Belize City Circle is the first Christmas bird count circle established in Belize in 1969. This place is Grace Bank, and why we chose this area is because this area is important of the different habitats. As I mentioned, it have water, it have the riparian forest, it have a mixture of broadleaf mixed with bamboo. So there are a variety of diversity of species here in this area. We have seen different warblers, also flycatchers.
Getting out into the environment, staying in touch with the land is important, I think, for everyone. And that was one of the reasons why I encourage my children to go out. But it's also, I think, one of the cleaner places we can have while out birding. Fresh air, meeting new people, and staying in touch with our culture. The Belize City Circle is nested in the Belize River Valley, which is a rich part of the Creole culture in Belize. And so birding is not just about birds, it's about people as well. And getting our young people to stay in touch with the environment and people, I think it's a win-win.
We are here at the Mussel Creek area. This area is really good for birds. It has a few different habitats. We have the Mussel Creek behind us, as well as we have different types of plants around. For example, we have the spiny bamboo. We have some bigger fig trees, some cecropias. So there's a lot of good birding that can be found around here. So far, we've had black-collared hawk, we've had great black hawks, great ant shrike, mangrove swallows, yellow-billed caciques. So far, the morning has been good. We've been birding in this River Valley area. We have up to about 100 species now, and we have a few more hours left to keep on birding, so we hope we can add some additional species to this Christmas bird count.
We started early this morning from 5 a.m. At the Burl Boom cutoff. And one of our main highlights for the day is the roseate spoonbill that we saw early in the morning. And of course, we did have some other great birds such as the black-colored hawk and some other forest birds.
By collecting this information, we will be able to know what's happening to these birds. Are they still using the same route for migration, or they have chosen or they have stopped using this route because of areas that has been changed due to land use change?
These areas covered include Gardenia, Sand Hill and Old Belize Road, as well as Captain Hook, Maxboro, Los Lagos, Bacab, Flowers Bank, Hattieville, Burl Boom, Ladyville and the Belize River in the area of the Belize River Lodge. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com on both our Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.